Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's Diamond Dave Damone. I'm Mason Quinn. Guys, today we're checking out The Walking Dead, Dead City. This is episode 3 called People Are a Resource. You remember that, Simon?
I remember.
No, in all fairness, this season so far has been a lot of fun. I think a lot of surprises for both myself and Diamond Dave, and apparently, according to the comments, a lot of you out there are surprised by just how good this one is. So I don't know if that's from Fear the Walking Dead, kind of leaving a bad taste in our mouth, as it were. But either way, I'm excited to watch this with Diamond Dave and with all of you.
You know, if Ian and Andrew would just take a little notes, maybe Fear the Walking Dead would be a little bit better. You know, Ian and Andrew, you may or may not ever see our reactions. I know the actors do. So that being said, let's go! Ninja Walker.
The old Ninja Walkers. Oh, flashback. Look at that hat.
All I have been doing for months is trying to find a safe place for you. And you have been sticking to me like goddamn crazy glue. I turned my back for a half a second, and that's when you decide to skedaddle? His ass wife tried to kill us last night. Yes, we ain't the only ones he pissed off.
When the walker was alive or zombified?
You lost your dino. God damn it. We will just re-goddamn trace our goddamn footsteps.
She did take it.
Oh, she's by the island now.
Yeah. Well, you might need that.
I love it.
She's looking for something in particular, though. Oh,
To get
something
across.
she can float in.
Yep.
Good call.
Couldn't talk because the water, but I was hoping this would get it pulled across.
Boy, that's risky
That's
in that
very
cooler.
risky.
I mean, that water's getting real close.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hey, folks, real quick. So, actor David Chen, who was
Grits,
actually commented on our video. Hopefully, we got a graphic up here somewhere. Because Mason Quinn and I were also, mentioning, I hope we get some smart walkers. Hopefully, you see his comment here, or Patreon, maybe you don't. But he did say that he was a smart walker.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. That's why I was mentioning in our intro, the actors watch these reactions. So if Ian and Andrew, you ever get one of ours, please do better. Please do better.
We're going to end up on that couch with Chris Hardwick. I know it.
No, that'd be cool. Thank you, David Chen. And if you are fans of David Chen, please go check him out on all of his stuff. Looking forward to more of your work.
What do you got there? It's beeswax. I hear that's good for cuts. Can I bum a little bit? No.
8th is safe until around 30th. Then we'll loop around.
Most of these streets are no-go. Jammed wall to wall with fleshies.
How long you guys been at this?
Just kids when it all went down. The first few weeks were the worst. I mean, it spread so fast. Through the subways, the buildings, bodies coming up from the ground, falling from the sky. We kept waiting for the army to show up. Shit, anybody. And when they finally got here, we were dumb enough to think that they'd come to save us. Then we watched them blow up the bridges.
We were getting it together, little by little, till he showed up. Asking people to join him, offering protection.
What's he want with you?
To keep us safe.
Kill or be killed. So now, he tries to kill us, steal from us, catch and torture us so he can learn how to kill and steal some more.
Only one of us ever got out alive.
I'm gonna go check the alley.
Yeah, Maggie doesn't want to hear that.
A little anxiety. Mm-hmm. Kind of seeing season 7 and 8 again, kind of on in the background when I'm working.
Yeah.
I kind of forget all the little things, which is a lot of little things in season 7 and 8 that she went through with the Saviors, especially Simon. So
Yeah. I think it's easy to forget that when it's been so long. I mean, even going all the way back to Woodbury, the stuff that the governor did to her.
Well, that was the start, right? And then let's not even forget Gregory.
Yep. And then Beth, Herschel.
All that.
I mean, Maggie's
She's been through a lot.
Yeah, she really has.
Just gotta get through that. It's been bringing fleshies in from all over the city.
Fleshies.
Sewers.
Hell no. Army shoved in all the fleshies they killed?
All right, you said one of your people got out. Look, I'm just extrapolating here, but if someone broke out of Alcatraz...
Then there's a way back in. Who escaped?
We could show them.
No, the decision's already been made.
Butchered our people. We can't
Luther's
just...
right. It was a risk when we voted it down the first time. And now there's even less of us, and
12, 15 years ago, there was a fella down south. Showed up out of nowhere, a lot like this guy.
It's going to be him.
Everybody flocked to him because he knew what they needed, what they wanted. Protection. Sanctuary. So he built a badass fortress, formed an army out of psychopaths, and he forced people to join. And if they didn't, the hammer came down. Now, soon enough, the people, they got fed up with it, and they decided it was time to take that hammer back.
so what happened?
It worked.
Hell yeah, it worked.
Still got the cut to prove it.
This dude's a model.
Yeah, he's like
He's way too good looking to be in
the apocalypse. And that dude's been eating like 80 pounds of pigeons a day to stay that big. As Walking Dead shows us, big dudes, doctors, horses, and kids don't last.
Carol's kids. A lot of you
Carol's,
pointed
yeah,
that
a lot
out.
of you pointed that out.
That was fantastic.
That was
It just
good.
over my head, like I didn't even think of that until you all said something.
Oh, this is such an escape from New York vibe with these cars and everything.
Welcome.
Welcome to where you were going.
Did you see that tank with the walker in the side there?
Right there.
Yeah.
Well, there's.
What are they trying to make here?
They're trying to make fleshies, Quinn. Freshies. Fleshies.
How many of us were left? Where we were hiding? The door kept opening. Just say there was no more food or medicine. But Gramps, he knew the spots where they left the framework hiding behind the walls. Followed the framework, found the tunnels.
He and the Croat know each other. They go back.
So they buddies then.
Were. Took a shot at him, blew his ear off. He can bait him. Lure him out of the arena. Then we get him to tell me where my son is.
So how's he gonna bait him?
You don't think he's gonna want payback? Eye for an eye, dick for an ear.
What if you want? Y'all are gonna get us killed. And for what?
So that I can get my son.
Your son is already dead.
Oh,
I think you know that.
All right, you know what? It's a long day.
Maggie's not saving him. That dude.
no.
He's too blunt.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Luther's going to have a chance. I think a zombie walker is going to get him. That's my early prediction, folks.
Wine. Living friggin' fancy here.
And, some
And a
tunes.
little tunes.
Chilly in here, isn't it? Not bad for a jail, no? You must be hungry.
He's like, what is going on here?
Only science. That was my profession. Alternative energy. What is the most abundant natural
What
resource
he's doing with the
on
walkers.
this island? Death. The bodies break down, they produce methane.
Methane.
And because the intermolecular forces are weak, the gas can be pressurized into a liquid fuel.
Damn. And lo and behold, dude's going to be off, and there goes all that science.
All that tech.
Now, granted, he is a very bad guy, but
And all are welcome. You understand, I can't offer you refuge until you no longer pose a threat.
Oh, why is that in there?
I inspected the meat. Rotten meat can host all type of bacteria. Why would you serve me rotten meat?
he's going over the rail.
Yeah, he's going to make a scene out of him. I'm thinking Gus Fring style.
He's going to put it in his mouth?
And he's going to say, if you want to get out. Oh! Oh, he's going to make him turn into a walker. Or not. Okay. No idea what's going on.
Oh, I was right. He went over the rail. Didn't expect him to take the key, though.
Oh, no, that was weird. Yeah.
Oh, it's Herschel.
That was Herschel. And now that's.
It looks like Tara. Wow.
Was that Tara? Was that Maggie with. No, that is Tara, I think.
That, I mean, We should. I wonder if we got that wrong. And there's Glenn's picture. Wow.
What a
That is
reveal.
actually really cool.
That was.
Found this in the back of one of those tourist shops. I remember, thought maybe you could give it to him when you see him. If you want to talk about it or whatever. I do occasionally know how to shut up.
When the
Look at her
Croat
shake.
showed up at our gates, I told Herschel to get in the root cellar. And he went and grabbed a shovel and a brick like that was going to do anything. And he told me to get off his damn back for once. And that is the last thing that we said to each other. There weren't a lot of people that meant anything to me in this world. And whatever's left of all of them is inside this box.
A few years ago, Joshua, Annie, and I, we were living in this little cabin outside of New Babylon. One day, Annie decided to go into town to do some trading. I knew something had gone wrong. I went looking for her.
Called it.
I found her. She'd been robbed, beaten, and
Oh, she was still alive.
I found them.
That's why the marshal's after him.
All 5 of them. After that, we were on the run, and it was very hard for Annie. So I put him on a wagon train to Missouri, and I said I'd be right behind him.
Ooh.
Okay, Missouri.
I think about them every single day. I mean, what else do we have? Besides hope.
Shit. She and the baby might be alive.
Yeah. I thought that story was going to go a different direction.
It was building up that way. They teased it. I do like, though, using her. They're going to give us a shot of how much, now that it's daylight,
Yep.
how many walkers are...
There's her dino, too.
Been looking for this friggin' dinosaur all day.
Negan's not a hat guy.
You know, I call out for you, then you call back. Are you listening to me? So you gotta skip all the coping shit and get straight to the staying alive shit. Do you hear me?
Problem is, we don't have any leads. Maybe the leads are all around us, and we just can't see them.
Oh, Rick and the Guns in the second episode. It's kind of what it's reminding me of right now.
Okay.
Who's this now?
Yeah. Must be something that's important to all of them.
We are home! Celebrate our fallen brother. Not more, because death is no end. It is our fuel. Because people are a resource!
There it is.
Only one, Simon! Only one. Do you understand me?
Oh, Maggie knows it.
Anything to say? Last chance, my friend.
Or is it like a drug fuel? I imagine it's a drug fuel.
If you breathe straight methane, you're not going to be around much longer.
So that's why people are taking it, to get
Some kind of buzz.
some buzz. No,
Oh, and he's chained to the pole?
Well, he is going to prove his worth here. There you go. Even though he was gone 5 minutes ago, we'll take it.
Well, yeah.
We'll take it.
Remember Rick and
Rick and
Daryl?
Daryl. Round 2. Yeah. Well, now he's free. It should be pretty easy.
What's he looking for in his boots?
Oh, steel toe?
Oh, must be. You know, we have never seen that before. In like 11 seasons of The Walking Dead, somebody use a boot.
I don't know how you do it. Keep it together with your kid and all. Amaya, she says having a kid in the city wouldn't be safe.
Yeah, she's right. It isn't safe.
Tommaso.
Oh, Tommaso, I got a bad feeling about you.
Where you been? Scrounge up anything good?
Always good.
Negan's gonna see the
The dinosaur. Yeah. Where did you get this?
Where'd you get that? I know a little girl who likes stuff like that, that's all.
Take it. That was the best show this place has seen in years. I don't enjoy such barbarism, but my family and I found shelter in the post office. When I got back, I smelled it immediately. My wife, for another starving family.
Cannibals?
I had already found the man who would become my new family. Which makes me wonder
I mean, the time frame.
what
would be
it did
close.
you are.
Yeah, the address.
Yeah.
Pearly. I don't know if you'll even read this. I wonder what those other people thought when they heard my messages. And I can't do it by myself. I need help.
It's from his brother.
And he did.
I don't like it where I am, and I just want to come home.
Stop. It's just me. I had 2 partners, but they're dead.
David Chen.
Grits.
Who is worth following here?
You think when they went through his stuff, they would have seen the wanted picture that he had with them.
Guess Ian and Andrew were on here.
Now, dang, for a big guy, you are quiet. All you need to know is that we are on the same side and this plan is going to
The 2 of you are leaving here tonight.
I think you got the wrong idea about me.
So this isn't you right here?
Where'd you get that?
I got it from you. The above average intelligence and charisma.
The thing is that I have people depending on me, Luther. So respectfully, I ain't going anywhere.
People are depending on me as well.
Bye, Luther.
See you, Luther.
I'm gonna try this one more time. All right, Luther.
I told you it was going to be a hardcore match. Oh! I thought that was going to take way longer.
It's a mercy takeout after right there.
Yeah.
Well, folks, like we said,
They don't last.
if you're jacked, you're done.
Yeah, I don't like Tommaso's chances either.
No, he's a freaking supermodel in the walking in the apocalypse. He's done too.
She doesn't want Negan to know. She doesn't want him distracted.
You didn't by chance check your bag before we left this morning, did you?
No, Maggie, please don't burn it. Please don't burn it.
Hold up.
You southpaw? No?
No.
That was the whistle that my wife Lucille used. And she would do that whistle. And it didn't matter what I was doing or where I was, I came running. It was amazing. I will be there.
That whistle reminds me of Merle in season 3 when they were the governor and Rick were meeting, and Merle was telling Michonne, all I got to do is just whistle. My brother will know it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that's a straight up callback to it, but that's what's triggering for me.
Yeah, it's interesting they used it, though.
No, Maggie.
Come on,
Come
man.
on. How's he going to explain that?
Yeah.
Laying in the grave.
Don't do it.
so long.
Good on you, Maggie. Good job.
She must have seen her, right?
Nope. All right.
All right. What an episode.
Hey, I will say the best one so far.
I think in terms of information and story that we got, this one was definitely up there because the first 2, they were great and they had some action and some real interesting stuff. We're in a new setting. It's like, okay, now we know we're in New York. Let's kind of figure out what happened. And we got the big reveal about Negan's family. That whole scene with Negan and Maggie was really good. Hats off to Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohan for that scene. That was really good. And the way it was shot and everything like that, I really enjoyed. And we learned a lot about Negan's family. He sent him on a wagon train to Missouri because he had to do what had to be done. And that was a hell of a reveal to just kind of drop on us out of nowhere, it seems. No real buildup or anything like that. So that was a real big shocker that I didn't expect to see. Diamond Dave, you kind of hit on Maggie's trauma, where I think even myself, I kind of forgot about a lot of the things that she went through, and we were kind of talking about it before we started the video here. Everything all the way going back to Woodbury with the governor and everything she went through there, Beth, her dad, and then everything with obviously with Glenn, and then everything with the saviors after the fact, Gregory, everybody, and Maggie's had a hell of a hard run here. And I think we kind of forget that just because of maybe the way they wrote her in the last half of the season, whatever it might have been, where she was different than how she is now. But either way, Maggie's had a tremendous run here on the show and a hell of a story. So, again, I need to keep that in mind, I think, when I'm watching the show. We got to see the Croat setup about how he's making the fuel using the bodies, making methane, which was really interesting, because obviously it isn't like New York is known for its vast oil reserves. So it's not like in Fear they can just set up an oil derrick and start drilling for it. So, hey,
why not? They can
great. If they can build an airplane,
they can build an airplane with no engineer experience.
Hot air balloon, absolutely. I liked seeing a little bit more out of Armstrong in this episode, kind of seeing what he's capable of, seeing how he's staying quiet, not saying anything until he absolutely has to. I liked how that was done as well.
And by the way, we were so wrong on it being a steel toe. It's clearly because he was just trying to protect the note from his brother.
Well, and honestly, protect his hands too. You don't want your hands getting full of all that stuff, even though he had to dig in there anyway to get the key, I guess. But that's true, protecting the note, which was critical. Tommaso, Luther, the whole crew over there. Well, Luther didn't work out for you, and I hate to say we saw it coming, but we kind of did. I don't know if anybody from this new crew is going to make it on this rescue mission. It's going to be looking pretty rough.
Red shirts out.
But guys, another fantastic episode of Dead City, and there's only 3 episodes to go. So it's going to be pedal to the metal here, I think, in the next couple of episodes when we get into the mission. I don't know if any of you watched the little teaser trailer they do after the episode, but it does show some interesting things. So maybe worth checking it out, unless you don't want to be spoiled.
No, I will say this, for me personally, was the best episode of the 3 so far. Clearly, we have 3 to go. I'm hoping that it is still going on an upward trend and that there's no down or whatever there may be. Even if it levels off, that means we're still at a high point where it's just steady then. And I'm going to be okay with that. All the actors did fantastic in this one. I did like the story setup with the Korat, and then getting a little backstory on Jeannie. That was actually pretty cool to see the bond that basically started the bond with Negan is over the dinosaur. And man, did they do a pretty good job at teasing Maggie, or teasing us with Maggie about to
she really gonna
light
burn
that
it
up. I was going to say that was going to be pretty harsh.
Yep.
And I'm not even trying to base it off of, don't do that to Negan. It's a kid looking for the dinosaur, and she knows it. Right. Take Negan out of it.
See, now, while you're on that topic real quick, I want to ask everybody out there, do you guys think that Maggie knew Jenny was close somewhere and maybe watching, and maybe she was doing that to kind of draw her out? That's what I initially thought, but I was wrong about so many things in this episode. Why would that be any different? So let me know your thoughts.
Well, and the reason why I shake my head no is because it'd be hard. It'd be real hard for Maggie to think, oh, maybe she's in that end of the alley or that end of the alley or on top. So that's why I say no, especially with how big that island is.
That's true.
And that woman didn't really give much information of where she got it.
Where she got, or
hard to track, even if Maggie wanted to track it. Yeah. Personally, I think no. But I think at the end there, the reason why they were coming in, they were showing the emotion and her stopping from lighting it up is because, she's thinking about Herschel. She's thinking about, this kid with Negan a little bit. So she's got a lot of things going on, folks. So I think that was a big key in her not doing it. But man, did they do a good tease. I was like, they're really going to turn her into a slight villain here by just doing that.
Well, whatever anger she has for Negan, I think she knows that it's not Jenny's fault.
Right.
She's just thrown into a situation of her nothing she could do about it.
I don't know. Let me know what you folks think of this, because there was a lot of dialogue in here that brought me back to certain points of dialogue during the main show, like kill or be killed. Rick was saying, we got to go for them or they're going to come for us. So, that line, Maggie, there was other lines in there. I don't know if it made the cut or not, but we were kind of They teed us up. Quinn and I would rip off a Negan line from previous episodes, or even Merle, like I was saying there with the whistle. I don't. Again, it probably did make the cut, but I'll just go over it again. Where Negan is saying, "Do this whistle, I'll come." That is totally, even if they didn't intentionally do it, but that is still like a little callback to Merle with Daryl. I just got to give my brother a call; he'll know. Otherwise. So little things like that in this episode I really, really dug. I know you were calling out some stuff too that kind of in moments, not so much the dialogue. I know you were calling out some moments too with him going in and then
it was very much Rick and Daryl.
In season 2 there, and then with a dinosaur, her hiding behind something that reminded me of Rick when he had the guns there in episode 2 when Glenn's trying to maneuver them. I mean, there was a lot in this episode, so if it was unintentional, they did a good job at least making at least me think of it. So I'm curious if a lot of you thought, a little bit of Easter eggs, we'll call it for now.
Easter egg drop-ins. Yeah, well, because it's interesting because in the previous episode, they would be doing something and then it would come into play immediately later on in the episode. The big example I think everybody thinks about is Negan sharpening the pigeon bone in the cell, and then later on he uses it. Now, they never really drew the attention to him kind of sharpening it on the wall, but you knew he was doing something. So I think they're doing little things like that in this episode where they're having a setup and then a payoff, a setup and then a payoff. And then in this one, I think we saw, intentional or not, a lot of callbacks.
Yeah, so to your point about the little things, Maggie's handshake when Negan came in.
It's like, where was this team? Where were these guys?
I'm telling you, this easily was the best episode in any of the spin-offs, by the way. Any of the spin-offs.
Everybody involved in this one.
Yeah, so great job by the crew and cast on this one. Real quick, too, with the emotion, I thought they did a great job at making you feel a lot of things, because when Negan was talking about the story, man, were they teeing that up, at least for me, teeing it up to and the kid.
Yeah, I didn't know which way they were going to go with it.
Wiped out.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, that was hard. All of you agreed with us, and you also added on to what else we missed, which was fantastic. Yeah. Luther, big dude, gone. Now it's just a matter of, the supermodel. What's
Tommaso.
his name? Tommaso. Folks, he's gone. He's way too good looking to be in this. All the other things, too, with the team. To your point, I'm calling an early prediction with you. I just don't see how they make it.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they describe everything in there, it's just too big. And I'm just thinking AMC budget here. There's no way.
Yeah. Well, the other interesting thing is that we haven't seen, outside of that one scene with the Croat and Herschel, we've seen zero interaction between Croat and Herschel again in this episode. So I thought that was a little bit interesting.
I'll be calling that one.
So, a lot of stuff going on.
God, I'm actually really looking forward to episode 4. Again, best episode of the 3 so far, probably of the 6. So
yeah, details, guys, details. If we missed anything or if there's anything that you guys really liked in the episode, any small things, go ahead, drop a comment, let us know. We love reading that kind of stuff because the season's been outstanding.
It has.
All right. Well, hey, we've gone long enough, folks. So for Diamond Dave Damone, I'm Mason Quinn. This is Bad Medicine. That was Dead City. We're going to see you back on the next one. Only 3 to go.